That's my name. I just heard this one saying, wo, Dino fe Iyabö Ojo. Do you know that Dino ó ti da Iyabö nù? Iyabö, ìyẹn bá ní, ìyẹn náà èké ní tèmi nìyẹn o, àǹtí kejì yẹn tó ta kí nìyẹn, èké nìyẹn náà, ìyẹn náà ṣe kó lè tó yìí, ó ní, do you know that Dino has dumped her? Let me play voice note for you. You listen, she was now playing voice notes to that friend. And in that voice note, we heard Iyabö saying, So, what happened was that voice note, Iyabö sent it to Dino. Iyabö sent that voice note to Dino. So, that particular voice note, she now shared it with Omobish as a friend. So, can send because see Iyabö Williams, you to get Alabosi. Iyabö Williams now had that video, that voice note and kept it. And was waiting for me. Play voice notes here. Exactly what Omobish did for Iyabö that time. So she now kept that voice note for a long time. Iyabö did not know. Iyabö was still calling my bestie, my bestie. So when they fell apart, someone was sure him. But Omobish she the voice notes. Friend. She now took it and was like, listen, and we just heard, Dino, you know Iyabö is pelebe, and she can do. I didn't see her, but I know how she was doing that time when she was sending message to Dino. Dino, ma fi ye, we will be winning me. Ma fi ye, we will be winning me. I will tell you that I'm a woman. That is how you have been doing. That is how you have been doing. You think you are doing come and marry for girls? Do you know since that time? Don't tell anybody. Do you know since that time, Dino has not had a stable relationship? In fact, want to be Bible, want to shubu. Dino Dino. Since that time, Uncle Dino has not had a good relationship. Could it be the curses from Iyabö? He said, you went about telling everybody, I said, Doc, you're welcome, ma. Telling everybody that I'm not this, I am not that. You went telling everybody. You even told that one that is selling Kayamata that I am not your girlfriend. You told Omobotsi that because Dino was toasting Omobotsi as at that time. I don't know if they did though, but what we heard was that they dated. But me, I don't know. Allegedly, that they dated. So me, I don't know if it is true. But that thing pain Iyabö. Oh, do Iyabö gidi. Iyabö was like, the Bible voice notes here. Oh, bad. Oh, to play, to play. Voice notes here, boy, like I play. Loni, you this person, you are a bad person. You are this. Do you know I'm telling you? Ma fi obìnrin hwe, ma shidi fún ẹ. Gbogbo àwọn obìnrin ma shidi fún ẹ. Ìgbà tí mo gbọ́ yẹn lè wú bá mi pé ẹ ma shidi fún Dino. No ma shidi tó fi ìdí ṣépè fún obìnrin. I don't know if she did it though, because in that time, in fact, dùn mí. But that Dino. In fact, Dino to release the only fún one joy. You know the way Baba Mohbad used to do me. Dino drawing that. Dino said, you will be surprised when by the time you see me with, I will use it to eat amala. I will use But she wants to that time, it was a tough one. But, you know, that thing pained Iyabö. That Dino dumped her and was telling everyone that, you know, Iyabö was not a girlfriend. That she was just there. But then, Iyabö confided in a friend. Iyabö confided in a friend. And sent that voice note. You know that this useless Dino, you know I've sent a message to him. Just listen to the message. Now, Omobotsi kept that voice note for a day of Ija. That thing taught us so well. In fact, it taught me a lesson that time. That you don't trust anybody. There is no best friend anywhere. Your boo gets a boo. By the time you are saying, Funke is my best friend, I go and give my secret to Funke. And Funke now go and share the secret with another friend. You go and share with your Desmond. Me, I don't want trouble. So, I don't have secrets. My secret is on the internet. It's here. You want to hear it? It's okay. Now, that time was tough. Now this happened. What really caused the problem at that time was that this Omobrish, Iyabö, you remember that time? You remember my auntie Kem. Nto gbe auntie mi Kem de won. E ma gbolale. Auntie mi Kem tó fi lọ wọ green uniform ní ẹ̀wọ̀n tó ṣọwọ́ báyìí. Nto gbe wọn de won that time was because of Iyabö. Iyabö had a personal assistant, a PA, that, you know, messed Iyabö's business up, and Iyabö, you know, sent her away, sacked her. And after sacking her, Eniola Monsigas, you're welcome. Share the show so that I can get a gift. Yeah, Iyabö now sacked that girl, that best friend, because that best friend, that PA, bad PA, very bad PA. She was selling Iyabö's Eja Tutu. And we put bad one inside the freezer, and she kept it inside. So Iyabö now sacked that girl. When Iyabö sacked that girl, she was still friends with Omobrish, according to what we heard. They might have been having issues. You know, naturally, friends do have issues. Like I do have friends that we have issues with. But that issue is just like normal one. So, ni mean anything, you know. So, they've been having issues, I guess. But as at that time, they were still friends. Omobrish lives here in the UK. She goes home. I remember when she bought her house, it was Iyabö that brought it into the internet to congratulate her friends, and she was happy for her friend and all that. So that is the kind of friendship they had. So when this bad, when that PA, when Iyabö sacked that PA, this Omobrish that calls herself bestie was now accommodating that very girl, not in accommodation of house, but Princess Kudirat have always been online, but now I'll be on this page. This page, God has blessed us. Just help me to be thanking God on this page so that they don't bad mouth it again. It's becoming a good page for me. Now, Omobrish Tish now. Now was closer to that friend. Hey, do you know what took my auntie me to prison? It was that girl, that bad PA. Talk about the Iyabö. She was the one that sent a message, a text message to auntie me Kem Ajimot, that Iyabö was dating Pastor Kon. So she mixed the pastor with Pastor Suleiman. You know, the gist is that Iyabö dated Pastor Suleiman, Apostle Suleiman. So Owalo mix a more Ibiyomi of Port Harcourt or something. So Auntie Kem told you the story. Investigative journalists. Nobody I want to investigate ni. Ntoba Auntie de kirikiri ni yo. Auntie Kem. So it was this very PA that did that thing, that sent the message. She wanted to finish Iyabö. Ojo, what kind of a staff do you have? Now, for somebody that has done that kind of a thing to your friend, no, me and you, between you and I, will you now make that kind of a PA that your friend has sacked? Will you now put that one to Arae in Yehuda? Omobrish she continue die in that sense. But I don't know why she did it too. But allegedly, with the Owamu or Iyabö Owamu Mora. Iyabö felt bad about it. This is a girl that almost ruined my business, took me out of business, and now did a thing like that by, you know, portraying me as a prostitute that I was sleeping with Pastor Ibiyomi. Man of God. Walo. Ntogba auntie tèmi den won ni. Auntie mi share. Auntie Kem share won lalagbon. Auntie Kem share won lalagbon. Untoju Auntie Kem ri enu won o ma le royin o. Auntie Kem share won lalagbon. Ó dùn mí. Yola bi odun, you are welcome. Share the show. Ntogbe Auntie Kem de ewon ni. It was when Auntie Kem came out of her womb that she now said it was Iyabö's PA that sends that message to Auntie Kem. Now, that very friend, you now took her as ọmọ àdúgbò. Opeyemi Aduni is a lie. You said Opeyemi Aduni said, Naija, do you believe Auntie Kem went on Twitter and apologized to Wunmi? It's a lie. Please, can you share it with me? Ó ti lọ apologize Auntie Kem. Wọ́n ti mọ̀ pé wọ́n pọ̀ ni. Wọ́n ti mọ̀ pé wọ́n máa tún ṣe wọ́n lálágbọ́n. Auntie Kem tún fẹ́ lọ ṣe wọ́n lálágbọ́n. Ó ti bẹ Wunmi orí ọmọ yẹn kàn já ni, ó máa ṣe o. Auntie Kem ti bẹ Wunmi after tó ti ba yé ọmọ lọ́mọ jẹ́. After tó ti fẹ́nu bà jẹ́ mú sọ, this life, be careful of who you listen to. Auntie Kem, ó ti lọ bẹ Wunmi. Auntie Kem ẹ̀ mà ní nísinmi o. Tẹ́ fọmọ yẹn nísinmi. Gbogbo attack tọmọ yẹn rí lẹ́ni. Auntie Kem àti very dark man ló kọ̀ sẹ̀. Auntie Kem, wàláì, ní bọ́nú ẹ̀. Can check his KK page. I will do that. When we go to the second one, I will do that. Let me now continue with this one. Auntie mi ò ní lẹ́ẹ̀kan ní nísìnyí. Auntie Kem, ní nẹ́sàn-án. Nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ pẹ̀lú Iyabö nìyẹn, pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ńtà yìí. Iyabö now felt betrayed and called her friend. Babe, how can you be doing that? How can you accommodate a person that I sent away that almost ruined my business? Iyabö Oshembe ó pe ọ̀rẹ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀rẹ́ pé no, you shouldn't have done that. Then I heard that according to you, alleging you, that the friend said, well, she might be bad to you, but she's not bad to me. Wow. So I think they started having issues as at that time. Ìjà ṣẹlẹ̀, wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ju shade síra mọ́. Remember, Iyabö said it some time ago that her mom had mental health issue. The same friend, according to Ngotagbongbani, was the one that came out to tell the whole world through that voice note that, do you know Iyabö Ojo's mom has mental health issue? In fact, she said she had bipolar. That wèrè tí yẹ máa ń ṣe, wèrè yẹn lòun náà máa ló máa ń ṣe gángan lórí Iyabö. Ta ló máa gbọ́rọ̀ ẹ̀? Of course, ó ti mọ secrets me as a friend. My mom might have mental health issue. Like I said, mental health issue is just like physical health issue. Is no big deal. All you need is medication, therapy, and all that to work with it. But ní Nigeria, ẹni tó bá ti láwọn ọpọlọ, wọ́n ti kà pé tí ẹ ti bàjẹ́ ni. Wọ́n máa fi ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́. You'll be victimized. You'll be, you know, and kí ló ń tẹ̀ máa tún pè ná. Ti gbàgbọ́ òyìnbó tó máa tún pè jáde. Má jẹ́ kí n ṣe òyìnbó sọ. Ṣá! Nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn. As at that time, she was the one that told everything about Iyabö. In fact, tó bá bú Iyabö lẹ́ni, nítorí kọ́ máa fi bú ni pé ọmọ ìyá alágànnà tó bá máa bú Iyabö nítorí pé best friend ẹ̀ ti stigmatize. Thank you, jàre. Òyìnbó máa ń sá lọ ní. On stigmatize Iyabö. And yet the same thing, no one, most people man they will stigmatize you for being diagnosed of mental health. Felix Emeli, it's been a very, very long time. How are you? You're welcome. So, you know, they will stigmatize you, they will traumatize you. And that is why most people do not go to the hospital, even when they know that they are going through depression, ordinary depression. What if you share, left, which is not good. Now, let's go to the real gist. As at the time they were friends, you know, they now parted ways. After that one, Iyabö ṣẹlẹ́yà lórí gbogbo Facebook, gbogbo ala ṣe kéyìn. In fact, mo ṣe show yẹn, part 1 and 2 mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń bóyin ni. Wípé, Iyabö, tó dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé Dino mi láyè. Iye kíní bímọ fún. Kilo busy obey bímọ fún. We were all like that. We know how this guy has been rolling among the Yoruba artists. Just like, you know, the way they said Oluomo is doing every one of them. That's how Dino is helping most of them. In fact, wọ́n máa ń pè Dino ní bàbá jápójápó àwọn Nollywood artists, especially the Yoruba ones. That is what we heard that time. Remember? So, exactly nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn o. So, the whole internet caught fire that month, that year, because of that exposure from a bestie. They parted ways. But before they parted ways, they had a deal. What was that deal? There was a film they made together as friends. Like I told you, Omobrish moved to the UK. She used to be in Nigeria, but she moved permanently to UK, has a good career here. In fact, she's my colleague, Mini. She's a social worker. We know you social workers. I'm Shakogo. She's actually a social worker, you know. She's actually a social worker. So, Omobrish, era glasses, social worker ni Omobrish, Okawi. So, Omobrish now, they had, Nikki Bosch, they had a deal when they were together. Like, you know, Iyabö is a very, very popular Nollywood artist. My one and only beautiful, sexylicious babe. So, Iyabö is a sexylicious Nollywood artist. And Tobani Ori èèyàn wà ńbẹ̀. Ori Iyabö wà ńbẹ̀. Now you have a friend who has moved to the UK. Well, she's doing well on her own side. She's a social worker. She's a career woman. She's a, you know, she's a skilled worker. She's a professional, like a jockey. She's a fine girl, like a jockey. So, yeah, me see fine jockey with my friendship. Friendship with me, ketole longba. I only wala Facebook, lolo me longjoy. You know, so that one now, they had a deal. While they were friends, they did a film together. Because Ori Iyabö wà ńbẹ̀ ju ti ọmọ British lọ ní when it comes to film industry. Nígbà tá a máa ń ṣe fíìmù yẹn, ẹ mọ̀ tó máa ń fi irú àwa ṣe ni. Bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Ẹ bá ti ń gbọ́, bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. And so, and so, and so. ETC. Òun ni àwa nígbà yẹn. But ọmọ British òun tẹ̀ yìí ṣe, at least ó ṣe few, tó fi ń jẹ́ ọmọ British dè ní nìyẹn. So, they now, because of the fact that Iyabö is a known artist, she's got more popularity than her friend. So the friend had a concept of, okay, let's do a film. They had a film together. Ọmọ British no ni film ye. It was after they parted ways that they started having issues about that film. So, ọmọ British, I'm going to look gbogbo sílẹ̀, I'm look majority owó sílẹ̀. I think she had larger part of the money to gbé sílẹ̀. So they did the film together. As executive producer, like me now, I'm a big girl. I'm a rich girl in Jesus' name. If I want to do film now, they cannot do shakara for me in the film industry. Tomani mi ò fine báyìí. Nísìn mo ti fine bàjẹ́. Nísìn mo ti choose bàjẹ́. And I want to give them money. I can give money to Abelanri, to man fi mi ṣe, to man fi mi pangbai. My producer, Abelanri. I want to do a film. I want to be the executive producer. Because èmi mo kówó sílẹ̀. So it was Omobrish that gave the money. I guess she gave the larger part of the money. Let me start charging this film. Totoloku, ejo má bínú, kí má ṣe ké pa phone torí bí ṣe wà yé téyì àtondun mo mi ba jẹ. Ẹ̀yin tèmi la ni ma comment flow. Ẹ má tẹ love and like. Ẹ má sọ fún pé Àjọkẹ́ you are a fine girl. Àjọkẹ́ you are doing well. Iyabö is a good child. You're a child of God for doing amebo. Be telling me that. Posh babe. Àjọkẹ́ ti posh. Tẹ́ bá fẹ́ ra lò. Ferragamo lele. Ẹ pa Àjọkẹ́. Now, they now had that film together. So, they both agreed. I guess in principle, that's where I don't know how they are going to do it now. She did the lead role. I think two of them did the lead roles. They did the lead roles. And they had the film, they acted the film together. Iyabö was supposed to be just a producer. The main person should be the executive producer. That's Etokowo Sile. To be concept film yen sile. But nítorí pé Iyabö has a bigger name in that industry, she gave Iyabö Ojo the authority to be the producer, but while she is the executive producer, Kima Forogun, nígbà tán wá jà. Before then, Iyabö now had a premiere of that film. Ní premiere, Lore Bani, number one, she wanted to do the premiere. She didn't invite her. She didn't tell her, you know. But at the end of the day, she told her, and she came to Lagos, and they had the premiere. And when they got there, Iyabö Oba dojú ọ̀rẹ́ kò bá kọ síbẹ̀ ìgbà tí yẹn kàn rí nínú screen. Producer Iyabö Ojo. Nothing like Omo Brish ń bẹ̀. Omo Brish was like, what is happening? Wọ́n gbá mi lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́. Ó fẹ́ gbá mi. Èmi Omo Britiko. But Omo Brish ṣe pé ọ̀rẹ́ ni pé what is happening? My name is not even there at all. Wọ́n ṣá wọ́n bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀, wọ́n ṣá parí ẹ̀ gbogbo period. But when they started having problems, tó wá fi ara wọn sílẹ̀. Àgbọ̀n kankan nípa fame yẹn mọ́. In fact, we didn't even, for a very long time, I don't think we heard anything about the fame again. Ìdí mi ṣe ń káàkiri lánàá. Ṣé mo pé Iyabö Ojo has a problem at the moment? Iyabö is having so many issues, like, and man sọ pé nítorí ògo ni ọmọ ológo máa ní oríṣiríṣi. I can remember that since that time of Baba Ijesha, she has not had it good with Nigerians. Reason best known to them, for me, I guess she did what she did, and I stand by her that she did well. Because a predator, a child abuser, a pedophile has no place in our society, no matter how you think about it. Omodunfa Abdulhamid. Okay. Omodunfa lemi no. Do you understand? So, no matter how you look at it, she came out as the mother to stand for those people, the children that were molested by Baba Ijesha. Whether you like it or not, everybody with their own opinion. You know, on this platform, I allow people with their opinions. I don't care. My opinion about that is that Baba Ijesha did not do well. Toba ni o lele yan, to wan fi ẹran, to fi ton ẹ, to de lo jí. That means po o le yẹn ti wà lójú ẹni. So for her to stand up, people felt she overreacted to that thing. And so many people felt she was the one that sent Baba Ijesha to prison. No, she wasn't. They, according to alleged, that all the other ones that Baba Ijesha, all the mothers that Baba Ijesha, molested their children were in court to testify against him. Social media ranting of Iyabö wouldn't have taken Baba Ijesha to prison. Remember, I know people said she and Worosiworo were there. Do you understand? To say no, that's not the issue. And then the Labour Party issue too, because she decided to follow her own mind. She decided to vote and campaign for who she feels, or for the party she feels will do it better. I think that one too, most Yorubas feel that, she has not done well as at that time. Do you understand? Yes, they had substantial evidences to send somebody to prison. Thank you. So, my darling, Iyabö has not had it very good. And then the issue at stake now, which is that of Mohbad. She and Tontolike has been on the front line, and they are standing their feet concerning, look, that boy must get justice whichever way, and people as in labor, we must encourage dignity in labor. You understand? So she's had issues. But unfortunately, and I'm sure she's handling it, because I guess she's got that thick skin. Like, some of us cannot take so many things that she's going through. You understand? But it doesn't really matter. She's an actress. She's a celebrity. Celebrities, we talk about them. And that is what my platform, part of my Amebo gist, is always on celebrities. If you are not a celebrity, you cannot hear your name on my platform. But a celebrity, Talati ma shake ta ba shake celebrity ba la shita. Ata, you understand? You said Abdul Hamid, Nigeria said she did that out of spite. Wasn't she a Lagos State ambassador as at that time? I don't know, honestly. But for her to have campaigned for another party, she must have seen some things. Like, people wanted change. Don't let us don't let us deceive ourselves. People wanted change during that election period, especially the youths. But that's not where we are going now. We now read it that Iyabö has been sued. Muni sue kegba mi want to sue Iyabö. I thought Iyabö is the one suing. Suing. Now, let's read what we heard. Omo British sues Iyabö. UK-based, let me read it. What is sue Iyabö? What is sue Iyabö? Best friend there, what is sue Iyabö? UK-based movie producer Tosin Abiola, also known as Omo British, a former bestie of Nollywood actress Iyabö Ojo, has allegedly sued her for claiming sole ownership of the movie Under the Carpet. That's the name of the movie, Under the Carpet. Iyabö, I guess, alleged that she's trying so much to claim sole ownership of nǹkan tí ó ṣe. That is, bí ìgbà tẹ́ pé èèyàn fẹ́ fi ọgbọ́n olè gba nǹkan ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Pé allegedly ni o. I'm reading what they wrote ni o. Please don't say it's Ajoke that told you. Wọ́n ní Iyabö fẹ́ fi ọgbọ́n àmọ́kọ́rọ́ ọgbọ́n olè gba tí ó ṣe tiẹ̀. Tóyìnbó yẹn sọ nìyẹn. We call Legit Ad reported that Iyabö and Omo British has fallen out, like I said in the first instance. Omo British or Omo British. Omo British no man pe. That's the film she did, Omo British. But Omo British no man pe. But that's British. So I'm like Omo British, Omo British. She has fallen out, like I explained in the first instance, a few years ago. Iyabö has stated that Omo British was shading her over her mother's illness, like I explained earlier on. Iyabö sọ pé Omo British ń fi àwọn ọpọlọ ìyá òun bú òun. Omo British allegedly went to court to stop her former bestie from streaming her movie on Ibaka TV after she claimed full ownership of the film. The UK producer has reportedly conceptualized the film and footed the bill for its production. It was Omo British concept in the first place. It was Omo British that used her own hard-earned money from the UK to my visit àwọn ọmọ iṣẹ́ wa ó le díẹ̀ man. So owó yẹn, she invested in a film and used her friend, her best friend, to be a co-producer. And her friend has now taken that particular film. She has taken that particular film to Ibaka TV app so that the more they stream the film, the owó tó bá ń rí goes to Iyabö Ojo on her own. Anyway, after Omo British said she was the one that funded the whole project, Iyabö said, Omo British said she was to be executive producer, while Iyabö was to be the producer. However, Iyabö, who is the part of the cast of the ongoing TV series, The Real Housewives of Lagos, allegedly took over and started claiming both the executive producer and producer of the movie. I don't know if it is true, but if that is true, that is not nice. No. Iyabö cannot claim ownership of the except there are things that we don't know. That's a proviso. because they might say something and it might be different totally until they go to court because Onya legidi ó ti gbé lọ wọ́n ti gbé Iyabö lọ court o wọ́n ní Iyabö fẹ́ jí fíìmù ní fíìmù. In the post cited online, it was claimed that the actress staged a movie premiere without the consent of Omo British, and she allegedly released the movie at the cinema. So níbẹ̀ náà ó gbẹ̀yìn bẹ̀bọ̀ jẹ́ fún ọ̀rẹ́ according to nǹkan tá a kà ń bí o wípé ó lọ release film yẹn without Omo British consent. Remember, Omo British said she was the one that gave the money for the project. She reportedly didn't credit Omo British and also didn't give an account of the revenue generated from the film. Wọ́n nígbà tó ti máa lóun ṣe premiere yẹn kò give account owó báyìí la rí lórí fíìmù yìí o iye báyìí la rí o wọ́n ní Iyabö kan pa gbogbo ẹ̀ mọ́ra ni. Kò dẹ̀ jẹ́ káwọn èèyàn mọ̀ pé Omo British were part of the production, that she is the executive producer. Wípé ó fẹ́ jẹ Omo British pa ni. Mo níyẹn ò dẹ̀ dákẹ́ ká ti ẹ̀ gbọ́ pé Omo British náà ṣèké èké burúkú lé Omo British ṣe òun ló dàárín gbogbo yín rú. Ó dà pé àǹtí mi kọ́ nìyí ni òun ló dàárín yín rú nǹkan burúkú ló ṣe. Adédọ́lá, are you calling in? Dàpọ̀ àǹtí lélẹ̀ náà ṣó ti yé yín. Now they said Omo British UK, so this is the letter from the courts now. UK-based movie producer Omo British, renamed Tosin Abiola, has dragged her former best friend, actress Iyabö Ojo, and Ibaka Entertainment Limited to court for claiming sole ownership of a movie under the carpet. Now that she has taken that movie to Ibaka, Omo ìwà lọ sue kíákíá pé ó ní bá tèmi jẹ́. You and Ibaka, I will sue you to court because that film belongs to me. Omo British dragged Ojo to Federal High Courts, Lagos, sued Kinikon, seeking an injunction to stop her from streaming the film on Ibaka TV app. In the suit, Abiola is the plaintiff, while Ojo is the defendant and first respondent and Ibaka Entertainment. Court documents and affidavits deposed to Alfred Temitayo Ogunfe of the law firm of Abib Oredola and Associates showed that the plaintiff applicant Abiola conceptualized the idea of financing a movie to be produced in Nigeria and shared the idea with the first defendants, after which the party agreed to the movie under the carpet. Nǹkan tó ṣàn sọ náà ni pé wọ́n ti kó àwọn méjì Omo British ó ti kó Iyabö àti Ibaka lọ sí ilé ẹjọ́. According to the court papers, to the chagrin of Abiola, Ojo, after the production of the movie, credited and represented herself as the executive producer and producer of the movie. Who does that? Iyabö, no da. Àbí wọ́n náà ló lówó ẹ̀ ni. Omo British, Omo British kò kówó lẹ̀, àbó ń parọ́ ni. Àbí she's a liar ni. No. A gbọ́dọ̀ witness ẹjọ́ yìí. No. Ẹ̀yin tèmi, ẹjọ́, ǹjọ́ ló bá máa lọ court, máa sọ fún yín, máa fún yín lówó kẹ́ lọ bá mi ṣèké ńbẹ̀. Ó pọ̀. Furthermore, it was alleged that Ojo, without the full consent of Abiola, organized the premiere and subsequently released the movie. Like I said, Iyabö Ojo àti ọ̀rẹ́ ex-bestie tó tú àṣírí ẹ̀ síta fún gbogbo aráyé nígbà yẹn tó fi ṣẹlẹ́yà lórí amóhùnmáwòrán wọ̀nyí. Ó tún ti gbé lọ sí kóòtù àṣìpà o. Ó ti gbé lọ sí kóòtù àṣìpà pé ó lọ release movie òun without her consent. Remember, what I don't know is if they had a written agreement. You understand? Because when you're friends, I do say it, when you're doing business, let's business be business. Don't mix business with pleasure. So many of us do have this issue of friendship, and then we put all our hopes on a friend, especially you know, in that industry, that's what they do mostly. Once you're my friend, I want to do a movie, I want you to be part of it. We don't have to. So I don't know if they had a written agreement. If there was no written agreement, it would be very difficult for Omo British to get anything. Iyabö will still continue to be the sole producer of that film because wọ́n ti lọ ṣe nígbà tó ń jọ́ ọ̀rẹ́ tó ń jẹ́ best ọ̀hún nígbà yẹn. So now Iyabö Ojo ti ní case òun àti no ó ti promise tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀. Even if there is verbal agreement, it might not hold waters when they go to court. Hamid, it might not hold waters because if you don't have a written agreement, and that's why I do tell anybody, if you're doing any business with anybody, let there be written agreement, because if there's no written agreement, you can sue her to court. You can sue Ibaka to court. Now they have stopped the streaming of the film at the moment, but Iyabö can still bring it up. We pay, no, I want it. You understand? So for Iyabö and our friend, I know it is very, very difficult for you guys to come.